Blackburn Rovers return to Ewood Park this coming midweek to take on a Swansea City side well and truly in that playoff discussion. Can Rovers get the first win of the campaign in their own backyard? We're going to take a look at that and much more next. That's right, folks, back once again with another video. Today we're previewing Blackburn Rovers taking on Swansea, that's right, as Rovers continue their search for a home win this campaign. Will it be tonight? Well, we'll have a look in just one second. If you don't know where you've been, smash your subscribe. You want to subscribe to Blackburn Rovers, Championship Football, World Football. We're going to all here under one rooski. That's right. No rest for the wicked. Double match week for Rovers. And, of course, double home week for Rovers, of course. But tonight, it's all about these guys. It is Swansea City. And it's Camacho at this place. It is Blackburn Rovers. It is Ewood Park. And it is under the lights. That's right. Of course, we'll have the watch along tonight. So, of course, you can join me if you're a little bit bored or you're not going to the game, or if you're away or overseas like I am. So that's of course what's on the agenda tonight. But of course, let's take a look at the players and the key personnel, including the gaffer. It is Big Val. He is still 50 years of age. His record against Swansea is pretty shit. He's managed to get them 7 times, winning just the once, losing 4 times, and picking up 2 points, which equates to 0.71 points per match. The man of the myth, the legend, that is Todd Cantwell. Of course, he was doubtful on the weekend previously. Not sure what's gone on since. He did reach out over on Instagram to say, we need to be better. So hopefully today he is there. Hopefully he is, of course, the driving force behind Rovers. This is, of course, the stats of Rovers. We are on paper, performance-wise, the 17th worst or 17th best team in the division with a 6.74 points per match ratio. We have played 6 matches. We haven't played game less than the majority of the teams. Of course, that Ipswich cancellation postponement still ringing in our ears. We only scored 5 goals, conceded 8. 2 clean sheets to our name. We have a red card as well. And of course, 49.3% possession stats. And of course, as for our duels, are our duels on here? Yes, 51.5 of the duels have been won, and 50.4% of the aerial duels. So just slightly in our favour in regards to that. Meanwhile, let's take a look at the key into how the goals have been scored through Rovers. They've come through open play, 3 of them, 2 through set pieces. No counter-attacks or penalties just yet. Goals conceded, 2 open play, 2 set pieces, 2 counter-attacks, and 2 penalties. So a little bit sloppy at the back, giving away cheapy fouls there, being a main driving point of our own downfall right now. So not great in that regards. As for where we play, we like to come down the left-hand side. We have now switched. What difference a game makes, of course. We were an opposition third team. We've now drifted into our own third. That's, of course, purely down to Charlton Athletic just bossing us on the pitch there at the Valley on the weekend. As for our shots, again, we prefer the left to the right. We prefer to shoot from out wide than inside the box, as do our opposition. 42% of their shots are outside the box. They prefer the left as well to the right coming into this. As for the key individuals, let's take a look at them right here, right now. The main man has been Tom Campbell, 7.34 point average rating. Hedges is also up there with 7.08. Sondre Johnson also just above the 7. Ryan Alibiosu is a injury doubt. He did pick up a niggle this past weekend, so that might see him rested. Of course, international break is looming, guys. It is looming. Todd Cantwell was the main man. 2 goals, but it realistically should be 3. And then, of course, the rest of the statistics there. What about this transfer market? Again, this is mainly aimed at the Swansea City fans. Want to know what our business was prior to the transfer window closing. We've brought in a whole host of players. A lot of unknowns to you guys. Still a lot of unknowns to us. But we spent a bit of cash. Sidi Tavares, Roya Marashita, and Andre Goodjohnson for a combined fee of around about 7 million. Of course, Taylor Gardner-Hittman's been involved. Musa Baraji on loan. Both of those 2 guys. And of course, we've seen the likes of Lewis Miller at the back as well. So honestly, we're still trying to figure out this team. And I believe so is the gaffer. Meanwhile, players going out. We've lost experience and a whole host of it. Danny Barth, Andy Wyman, JRC's gone. Callum Britton, Tyree Stone, Buckley Travis, Dom Hyman, and a handful of youngsters as well. So we have taken a bit of a pinch in the experience ranks. And of course, this is the squad in detail. We've got Blastus Tough competing for the number 1 jersey. He is older than that of Ainsley Pears, who has made a resurgence to the bench. So maybe it's not all over for Ainsley Pears. Into the defensive ranks, you got the likes of Scott Wharton there, Sean McLaughlin, Lewis Miller, and Carter competing for the centre-back spots, with Ribeiro alongside Pickering competing for the left-hand side. Alibiosu on the right. Also, Miller can debutise there if we need to go there. As for our midfield, we've got quite a stacked midfield, but honestly, when all fit, I have no idea who's our preferred. course, one of the big unknowns to us is the Musa Baraji. He could be an absolute stellar player for us, or he could be a sick note. And he's one of those players that we were most excited about for this season. Well, I was anyway. But so far injured, don't know when. Probably have a better indication after the international break. He's not going to be involved today or the weekend. But it'll be probably Tronstad and Sydney, or Tronstad and Gardner Hickman in those midfield slots tonight. We shall see though. Up top, like Ohashi, he has not scored, I don't think. He did claim one goal, but maybe it's time to bring on Andrew Johnson from the start. I think it could be, especially a double match week. Bit of rotation, maybe freshen it up a little bit. So the likes of Good Johnson, maybe even Cargbo could get a start, but we'll see. Anyway, this is the most expensive lineup possible on paper. It's nowhere near what's ever going to play. Pairs ain't going to feature. Baraji not just yet. Ohashi and Makdagay don't really start together. So this is just the true values and of course all the players. This was the most recent lineup for Rovers right here, right now. Toff, Pickering, Wharton, Miller, Alabayosu, Gardner, Hickman, Tronstad, Hedges, Catwell, Marushi, and Ohashi. Realistically, we are looking at Alabayosu being out. Miller could move over there. And then you're looking at, depending on who's fit, maybe McLaughlin coming in, or Carter, or, who else could go there? Or you could keep Miller there and put Gardner Hickman at right back, but he was pretty shit at right back. And I think he's better served alongside Tronstad at the moment. And then up top, Ohashi is just my preference right now. I think we might need to change it up. We have two other lanky strikers. I don't know what's best suited, but maybe Ohashi to terrorise the Swansea defence might be the better option. Anyway, regardless of all that, this is the form for Rovers. Not great. Of course, coming into something like a 3-0 away loss to Charlton. Our last match was a 1-0 win, supposedly, over Ipswich. Doesn't count, though. And of course, our form at Ewood has been shit. So we need to change that, and hopefully we can change that now, and hopefully make a couple of positive performances for Rovers fans to back their boys. Coming out of this game, we do take on Stoke on the weekend. It is early kickoff. Then we have the break, of course. Coventry return, that's tricky. Sheffield United, Southampton, and Leicester. So pretty grim stuff. So we don't win anything in this next two games, then realistically we are really in the shitter, and it's not even blocking November. So problems. But of course, today it's all about one team, and that one team is Swansea City, and this is them. Alan Shearer's the coach, 39 years of age, got a 1.77 point per match ratio. He is, of course, 100% against Rovers, following on from a result against us last season. Their main man is, or the most expensive player, is Malik Ukukodi, who's coming out from Brighton on loan. So he's an exciting midfield option. Let's take a look at their stats and figures then. They're coming at you as the 7th best performing team with a 6.85 points per match. They have played the game more than us, 7 matches played, 7 goals scored, 6 goals conceded, just 2 clean sheets, no red cards to their name, averaging 1 goal a match. Ball possession stats are 57.6, so they do like to have the ball. As for the duels, it is not the greatest in the air, so that is, of course, a signal maybe for high balls in, and see if we can get on the end of them as well. As for, what are we looking at here? We are looking at the key players for Swansea. They come at you in this form. Ben Cabango is the main man at the back there, 7.23. Cameron Burgess alongside him. And Lawrence Vigouroux, the ex-Dingle, 6-fingered banjo player. That's why they're good, because they got like 6-fingered extra fingers in the goals there between Lawrence Vigouroux. Ronald as well, little dynamo as well, as Zan Fopotnik knows where the back of the net is. As you can see, Fopotnik and Ronald have been the goal scorers right now. Keep them guys quiet then, who knows. As for the assists, Zinedine Unuese has been chipping in with a couple of assists there alongside some familiar names, including Malik Ukukadi, we talked about briefly as the most expensive man on paper. What about, of course, how the goals have been scored? Well, 5 of them through open play, 2 counter-attacks. As for goals conceded, 3 for open play, 3 set pieces. We're talking corners, free kicks. Maybe that's where the party's at for Rovers tonight. Meanwhile, how about action zones? Well, they prefer the right to the left, and they are a defensive team compared to our they're a defensive-minded team. More possession is based in their own third here. As for shots direction, they prefer the right to the left, and they prefer to shoot from out wide than up close. As for shots conceded, they're more often coming from the left-hand side and more coming from outside the box than inside the box, if you know what I mean. So that is that. What about the transfer business? Well, they have been active, just like a lot of clubs, really, this season. They brought in the likes of Zinedine Uwoso as one of the big moves in the off-season. It was very early. It's like in May, I think they made the move. $7.2 million spent on Zinedine Uwosa from Hacken. Bobby Wells came in from Kilmarnock. With other movers and shakers in the defensive ranks, Ricardo Santos, Cameron Burgess. Ethan Galbraith was a big signing. Very, very excited about him for Swansea. Some loans as well. Marco Stengimic coming in from Nottingham Forest. Adam Adar, big money signing as well. And also a couple of other loanees from Chelsea and Burnley. Of course, Manuel Benson, six-finger banjo player. Meanwhile, going on the outs, they said goodbye to Harry Darling, of course. Jerry Yates. Oliver Cooper went to Wigan. Josh Kinley was released as well. Some other players dropping down a division or two to make their switch. So that was that. So this is the team right here, right now for Swansea. The likes of Vigaroo, ex-Rover there, Andrew Fisher as an option. Of course, Josh Key, a player we were linked with a long time ago in his Lincoln days. Ben Cabango, Callie and Kelsey as well. Into the midfield slots, we've got Ronald, we've got Gonçalo Franco. Jay Fulton is there. And up top, Liam Cullen, another player we linked with a couple of years back. Adam Adar, of course, alongside Zan Fabotnik, who is the real goal threat right now. Keep him quiet. We have a good chance to, of course, get something out of it. Most expensive lineup for Swansea is this. Again, nowhere near the lineup. Fisher, Timon, Burgess, Cabango, Key, Yuko Koe, Stanimic, Uwosa, Franco, Manuel, Benson, of course, and Adar up top. They're not going to play that. They're going to play something more along these lines with Vigaroo, Timon, Burgess, Cabango, Key, Galbraith, Staminic, Uwosa, Yakure, Pereira, and Vapotnik. Pereira is Ronald, for those who don't know. Take a look at the form for Swansea coming into this. They did pick up a draw against Millwall. They did lose to Birmingham. They squeaked past Nottingham Forest in the Cup. Also draws against Hull City. And an away win against Sheffield Wednesday. So, realistically, if you look at the league, it's winless in 3, giving us hope here, giving us some hope. Coming out of this game, they'll return to Wales and take on Leicester City this coming weekend. Then, international break, we'll see them go to Southampton. Then they'll take on QPR at home, Norwich as well, and Man City in the Cup. What an adventure that's going to be for the Welsh lads. That is at Swansea. What about, of course, under the microscope then? 17 times these two clubs have played. 6 wins Rovers, 7 wins Swansea. There's been 4 draws. Rovers have won 2 and lost 2 coming into this in form book. As for Swansea, just 1 win in 4 if you were looking at it that way. But, of course, they are 13th compared to our 20th. Just 3 points separate the two sides in the league. We have a 3-0 win, as do they do on their record. They've scored 25 goals to our 22, picking up a 1.47 points per match ratio compared to our 1.29 goals per match ratio. Coming into this then, of course, if we look back, maybe first and foremost look at the values. They have a squad that's nearly doubled in value to us, 2.71 million euros a player, about our 1.49. They've got a younger squad than we do, more national team players, more youth national team players, and more foreigners on the books at the moment. What about the recent form then between these two sides? Of course, both in Wales and at Ewood, it's been a 50-50. 3 wins for Rovers, 3 wins for Swansea. The most recent win was a 3-0 win at Swansea. That was back in February, of course, in the old chaos. That was around the John Eustace departure. Big Val coming in, of course. But if we look at the last 6 at Ewood, it's a little bit better for Rovers. We have 1 loss in the last 6. That 1 loss wasn't that long ago. Liam Cullen on the score sheet. But Rovers are winning 3 of the last 4 at Ewood against a Swansea City side. Of course, if you want to open up the floodgates a little bit, then let's do that. We are looking for the green ones. Green ones, of course, equal Rovers win. Like I said, 3 wins, 3 defeats of the last 6. 4-4. They just edge it 5-4. But if you open up the record books completely to when time began, Rovers winning 15 of them, Swansea winning 11 of them, and there's been 6 draws, and we've outscored them as well, 54 to their 46. So that's, of course, a tale of the tape. The table looks like this. We are down here in 20th. A win could see us go as high as 12th. Swansea, with a win in 13th, they could go as high as 4th. But of course, we've got to see what other results do in that regard. Meanwhile, what else do we have on the tape? We've got this, of course, the strengths for both sides. Rovers' strengths, creating chances through ball, stealing the ball from the opposition. Our weaknesses, though, defending and counter-attacks and avoiding fouling in dangerous areas. Our style of play is out wide, down the left, and we like to allow opponents to play aggressively against us. Strengths for Swansea, counter-attacks, stealing the ball from the opposition. The weaknesses, though, defending against attacks down the wings, aerial duels, and avoiding offside. Their style of play is coming down the right-hand side, possession football with short passes, and they do play out wide. They do like to play in their own half. They have a consistent first 11, and their opponents play aggressively against them. The forecast says Swansea will score from a fast break situation. That is that. What about the rest of the agenda for the Championship today? We have a stacked fixture list. Today and tomorrow, 6 6 games, 8 games today, 4 games tomorrow. Birmingham against Sheffield Wednesday, of course. Hull City against Preston, Sheffield United against Southampton, Leicester City against Wrexham, Middlesbrough against Stoke, Bristol City against Ipswich, and Derby against Charlton. Those are today, plus of course Rovers, Swansea at Ewood. We'll have the watch along. Millwall, Coventry, Portsmouth, Watford, Norwich, West Brom, QPR, Oxford. That is tomorrow, of course. So stack your list or pack your agendas because it's going to be madcap. Well, what about me then? What do I think about this one? I usually chuck a poll in here, but I didn't get it out in time. But my gut says we need a response. The performance against Charlton was shit after a really bad week. Hopefully, we've had a couple of days to kind of reset the blocks. Maybe Big Val's going to get the old hairdryer out and bark some orders down to the lads here to kind of get their shit together. We need a response. We need one fast. We've got a double match week, of course, a double home week as well. And hopefully, these next 2 games can help us. Give us a bit of positivity on the season, which has gone shit. It's gone from shit after shit. You know, all the outgoings, you know, the incomings coming in have been, you know, we don't know who they are yet. Very much a mystery box. Some stepping up, some way off the pace. It's a Pandora's box of shite right now. We just don't know. And we need a result. We need a result and fast. If we can get a win here, then who knows what happens on the weekend and who knows what we'll be when we head into the international break. Kind of a mini defining point for our season. So I'm going to stick my neck out. I'm going to, because I like Big Val. I rate him highly. This, of course, is probably his biggest managerial challenge in his career to get this shower of shit moving in the right direction. But I'm going to back him. I'm going to go with a 1-0 again. I've done that for the past couple of games. I believed in us that we would get something against Ipswich. We performed very, very well until they shit the bed on that. Charlton was just a bad game. A very, very bad game. Prior to that, a real couple good performances away from home. So we need to forget about that. Concentrate on this game. Get something. Swansea ain't going to be rolled over here. So hopefully we can channel our inner fan. Let's everybody get out there. Back the boys. Back the lads. Get a result. Let's get some positivity in this place at Ewood Park. And hopefully steamroll this week and leave us in a good shape heading into an international break, which of course has come very, very quickly. Anyway, until then, subscribe, smash a like. I'll see you soon whenever I return. But until then, we're done.